First Watch Now.
What you need to know from the Cochise County Sheriff's Office.
Hosted by Cochise County Public Information Officers Carol Kappas and Grady Butler. First Watch on 92.3 KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, giving you an inside look into your sheriff's office. I'm Grady Butler, and with me is Carol Kappas, Public Information Officer with the Sheriff's Office, and Sheriff Mark Daniels. Good morning.
Good morning, Cochise County.
Hello, everyone.
Well, it is tradition to start off with football, but this is the last time we're going to start off with football for the season.
I know, in one way, it's a blessing. It's been a long season. We've called 11 games, Val, Jeff, and I. But this is the conclusion of our fall Cochise County High School football. It should be a good game. Buena sitting at 7-2, taking on Casa Grande, sitting at 6-3. Two good teams taken, and this is important to both of them. Whoever wins is going to take the top 8 in the power rankings, which means they'll get a home playoff game. Whoever loses will be traveling, and you don't want to travel because the bottom 8 take on the top, which is the higher caliber team. So if Buena can win this, they're sitting at number 11 right now. They'll move to the top 8, which is good for them. They'll actually host a playoff game here at Buena. So, again, should be a good game either way. Both seasons for both teams have been good. Great season for Coach Thomas and the Buena Colts, and it was fun calling the games for them all year. And two other teams I want to hit on is Tombstone. They made the playoffs in an 8-2 great season under Coach Bonilla. They're traveling to Santa Cruz High School, which is up in Eloy, which is 8-2 also. Should be a really good game up there tonight. And Wilcox, the team that started 0-3, made the playoffs coming back. This is like the most improved team, 6-4, taking on Scottsdale Christian, 8-2. So both teams are making the playoffs. Otherwise, everybody's season has come to an end.
And you can hear the game tonight on KWCD 92.3 as Sheriff Daniels calls the game. They also have an app for the radio station you can download if you want to listen to it that way. But pregame is at 6:30 and kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Well, let's talk about it. It's tomorrow. It's the Cochise County Sheriff's Charity Ride.
Man, I tell you, time is just moving so fast, and it's like it's here. Tomorrow it's here, and again, we're looking forward to it. This is our 11th annual Cochise County Sheriff's Charity Ride. And for those listening, maybe not know what that is, that's an event sponsored with Lawley Automotive Group, Sean Lawley and Bob Santa Maria helping out there, Jay over at the American Southwest Credit Union, all our community sponsors help us put this together, and then we find charities. Last year we did $100,000 with donations out. This year we're giving out $50,000, and that is going to be $10,000 a piece for each charity. That's a lot of money. I don't know what our total is, Carol, but it's got to be up close to $500,000.
It is. I mean, I don't have the exact dollar figure, but it is. There's a lot of money that's been raised over 11 years.
Yeah, and that's doing our part, giving back to the community that gives us so much support and trust to the law enforcement in this county. But our 5 recipients this year, each receiving $10,000, is Good Neighbor Alliance, Hearts of Gold, Animal Haven, Warrior Healing Project, Animal Rescue Connection, and Real Wishes Foundation, all do an amazing job in this community. They're all nonprofits. And I would say this, too, is if you're interested for next year's charity ride, let us know. Get a hold of us tomorrow. Come out and see us, see what the event's all about. But also, if any of those charities are going to be that are receiving the check tomorrow afternoon around 2:30, we'll give out checks to them. Come out and meet them, see what they do for the community, too, because each one of those groups and all the groups that we have provided charities to over the last 11 years do great work here in Cochise County.
And you can still get your tickets right now online at cochise.az.gov/sheriff. And the charity ride is right there. You can click on that, get your tickets. And it's not the only way you can help and raise money. There's also some amazing raffles.
There is. We're going to have, I think there's over 20 raffles. Each one, I think, is a minimum of $500 a piece. From toolboxes, gun safes. I think there's some weapons they're going to give out tomorrow. All kinds of things to help this event. And again, it's thanks to our community. So the stuff that we raise, we give right back to the community. That's what's great about it. There's no administrative fee that we charge for this. This is a in and out, right back organized event. So, and there's a special guest there tomorrow, Carol, named Lucky. You want to talk about that?
There is. So we had our animal control officers have been picking up dogs, stray animals, and one of them, his name is Lucky, and you can take a look at him on our Facebook page. He ended up at the Douglas Shelter after being located in Palominas, and trying to get him to a good, safe home. Somebody did adopt him initially, and when they got him home, their little fur baby was saying, no, I'm not having any of this, so they had to bring him back. So Lucky will be at the charity ride tomorrow. So if you're looking for just a little bit of luck, come on over, take a look, get to meet him anyway. So he's the cutest little dog you can ever, there's a lot of cute dogs, but this guy is he's really cute. So come take a look. That's not all there is to it. He's got a great personality. Our animal control officers are really looking for a good home for him. So come and take a look.
Yeah, so Lucky will be out there tomorrow. I'm sure he's going to get a lot of loving tomorrow, a lot of petting, but we're looking for a home for Lucky, so that's our contribution back, so he'll be there.
Do you think if you pet Lucky, it'll help you with the raffles?
It couldn't hurt.
Yeah,
there's nothing that says it could hurt, so please come out and pet Lucky and see if you can win something.
And remember, you don't have to be a participant in the charity ride to get in on the raffles, and those will happen in the afternoon, so please stop by and check that out. But if you want tickets for the charity ride event, you can get those at coacheast.az.gov/sheriff.
And we have a whole bunch of stuff coming up, too. So let's start. I'm going to go backwards just a little bit. Halloween. Halloween was really a good time for Cochise County, I think, with all of the trunk or treats that were going on and all of the safety events that kids were able to participate in.
You know, trunk or treats become the new norm, the new trend there. And it's done because of safety reasons. It truly is. And they were all throughout Cochise County. Here in Sierra Vista at the park, all the way through the many private and the churches that put them together. But it's just a safe place to take your kid, and I say put your kid, take your kid and your child, and let them just go trunk to trunk to get their candy and stuff. And I know we had an award out of Douglas.
That's right. So our people put together a trunk or treat. It's supposed to be Monsters, Inc. They had their booth there, if you will. They were giving out candies, and they took second place.
They did, and the trophy from this event in Douglas with our staff, and all the candy that they get is all donated.
Right.
So it's not like we're taking tax dollars and buying candy. This is all donated candy. And it's a lot of candy. It was packed in the offices in Bisbee. But the trophy they won, it has a pumpkin on it and a witch.
It does.
It's so cool. I'm like, well, that's really neat. So kudos to Veronica, Jesus, Selena, Alejandro, all the ones that put that together. And because it takes a lot of work putting these events together. It really does. They just don't come overnight, as we all know. So, again, kudos to them.
And so we did see something, a little bit of mischief where it appeared to be older kids. People are trusting, so they put the big bags of candy or buckets of candy out, and they say, please take 2. We're out trick-or-treating just like you. And a couple older kids just snagged the entire basket, so they didn't have anything left for the little ones. That happens. So the trunk or treats, again, circling back, are a really good way to do that. You can get candy, you can be safe, you can enjoy just seeing all the costumes that are going out there.
It's those are the tricks we all talk about. Trick or treat.
Exactly
those are all the tricks. And I think we're all young and we don't encourage that behavior, but we know it happens. And I gotta say, and I've never dressed up for Halloween. This year I dressed up. I took our grandkids out, and everybody's like, because it's a big thing. It's over La Traza, over that area, and went over there to an event over there, but I dressed up as a big baby. It was actually. Don't ask me why, how, or we had some costumes at the house. My wife and I were going through them, and I said, look at this baby costume. It's a big old baby. So I dressed up as a baby. It was actually got a lot of comments, and I didn't think anybody would recognize me because, I'm a baby. And I had a thing over, and I was going with my grandkids, and I pulled up, Sheriff, you look good tonight. Man. So, yeah, but it was fun. And thanks to the community of La Traza. They do a nice event over there, too, with all the candy and all the kids, and but yeah, I walk the streets as a baby. So if anybody says, hey, we saw the sheriff, he's a big baby, there's a little bit of truth to that. There really is.
There's probably photos somewhere.
That's what I was thinking.
I hope not. I'm just going to say that. I hope not. I did this for my grandkids. My grandkids didn't want to come near me for the first 5 minutes. They're like, what's wrong with Grandpa? There's something wrong with him. I'm not going near him. There's something wrong with him. He looks like us. Yeah.
Also on Halloween, you got to give a very special ride to school.
I did. And Ashlyn, it was her 9th birthday. She goes to Lehman Academy. So her grandma had reached out to me and said, hey, she wants to be a police officer. So she sent me these photos. She's a cute little kid. In fact, her dad's one of the football coaches for Tombstone High School. That's going that we just talked about. It's going to be heading up to Santa Cruz High School for the playoff game tonight. But they sent me some pictures of her, Ashlyn, and she's got a little police outfit on with her dad. And so I thought, man. So I met him over at Lehman School, and it was so cute. So they got her out of school about 10 minutes early, and she walked out and saw her mom and grandma, and I'm sitting there in the office, and she went over and said hi to them, and she's just the happiest kid. And I think all kids, that's the best thing when kids smile. And then she looked over and saw me, and they said, hey, look who's here to see you. And she had this big smile on her face. So went out, got to ride with me. We went and got a drink, and then we went to CCOM with Tammy and the econ dispatchers over there, and she just had so much fun. They sent me a text saying, that made her birthday. That made her birthday. And those are small things that we like to do at the Sheriff's Office. But, Ashlyn, happy birthday to you if you're going to school listening to this.
And also, we've got another event that's coming up tomorrow. It's the SAT Breakfast. Yum.
Yeah, Sheriff's Assist Team at 7 in the morning at Landmark Cafe is having their annual pancake breakfast. So please come out and support our volunteers. They do so much. You see them at the Christmas Parade. You'll see them at Veterans Parade coming up here in a couple weeks. And different events. You see them helping the Sheriff's Office and other law enforcement throughout Cochise County. But these are volunteers. This money helps them do what they do. And so John Black, Steve Ziegler, Alan Wheeler, all the team out there that goes out all the time to help us day in, day out. They run like 30 neighborhood watches around the county. I don't know if you know that, SAT does. But either way, I just want to say thank you to our SAT folks. Come out tomorrow morning, Landmark Cafe, 7 o'clock, and help support the Sheriff's Assist Team as they do their annual pancake breakfast.
And then today, you're right before the football game, you're going to be a judge at the Festival of Trees.
Yes, the Real Wishes Foundation Festival of the Trees. And we've all, that's been, Chamber had that for a while, different groups have had that for a while, where it's the Festival of Trees, we go judge it. So Jackie Clay, myself, all of us are going to go judge the Festival of Tree. Why are you looking at me like that?
I thought it happened after Thanksgiving, so that's why I was confused. So we're already in Christmas. Oh my God!
I know. I just let me make sure I got that right. But it's today. I know.
I think what it is they're on display for the whole month,
Yes.
And then they sell them after
That's
Christmas.
what it is.
Where you can purchase them and that. But right now they're going to judge them to say who's the best, so that you can pay more for the one that got first place.
Well, that's very true.
And this is the 24th annual Festival of Trees. I had to make sure, because you're right, though, Carol. I mean, we usually don't do this until, in fact, when they sent me, hey, Sheriff, will you come judge? Of course I will. Dad looked like, wow, I get to be at a football game at 5:32. So we're going to make this happen both ways. But either way, it's the Mall at Sierra Vista. So come out tomorrow or later tonight, and you can see who won and the best tree, the best wreath, the best display, all the different things they do.
Gingerbread house.
Gingerbread house, yes, all the things that the table. I think you call them table displays or something.
And also this year it's a different person running it. It used to be the Chamber of Commerce that had this. Now it's Real Wishes Foundation.
It is.
So that might be the change up too.
Yeah, Sherry Ward and all the folks that put Real Wishes together, and that's who does Dancing Under the Stars, or Dancing with the Stars. Or Dancing Like the Stars, that's it. I got to make sure I have my terminology right so they'll yell at me later. But Dancing Like the Stars, but that's Real Wishes. And they're part of our recipients, too, for the charity ride, as I just mentioned. So, again, we're going to be out there tonight. But, yeah, if you just want to take a walk, go see the Christmas trees and the wreaths and stuff, come on over to the mall.
And a lot has been going on with Safe Streets. Like we're 2 weeks in, well, almost 2 weeks in. And there's a lot of statistics, a lot of good things happening, a lot of agencies that are participating, that are helping out, and just a lot of people, I think, that are maybe getting their eyes opened a little bit to some of the activity that's happening in Cochise County. And a lot of the bad stuff is just, showing up, and it's what we've been dealing with consistently. So one of the things is you may have seen on our Facebook about Mark Anthony Zamora. This guy's from Douglas. He's smuggling people, and he's got a lot of bad history.
He does. And here's a guy, and we had Channel 4, Lupita Murillo, who's been around like 4 decades as a reporter for Channel 4, rode that day, and they got in a pursuit with this guy. He was smuggling, ended up crashing, injuring people. And you probably saw his picture on our Facebook. Just a real smirk. Let me just say that. And that's enough just to, because we're being endangered by these kind of people. But he's a prime example of what we're dealing with, where he's a Department of Corrections fugitive. He had 2 weapons in the car. He had meth in the car. I think it was meth or fentanyl or something, some illicit drug in the car. But here's a guy, and they went on a foot chase with him. Our helicopter, Hawkeye, got him, along with the officers, and deputies and troopers and agents. But either way, this is what we're dealing with. This couldn't have been highlighted better. SAT, this is what we're going after, is one, to bring a shared message, bring awareness to it, but also bring some consequences to it, with hopefully we can deter what's going on here in Cochise County. And I got to say, I saw something last night where, why is there a Coconino County or Navajo County deputy on Friday Boulevard? Why there's deputies down here? Because we did that. That's an intentional act to bring law enforcement here to address a problem that so many of the community members in this county are fed up with. That is part of the answer here. I say part of it. It's not the whole answer, but it's part of the answer. We're doing our part here at the Sheriff's Office, the police departments, and the state.
And it even reaches further because, interesting one yesterday, about a school bus.
Yeah, just amazes me. And I'd heard about this when it happened, where a Bisbee school bus driver drops off his final kids, drives to the border, and picks up illegals that come across, migrants that come across the border illegally, puts them on the same school bus that these kids are, and then started driving them north. They got picked up. Again, here you got Border Patrol, law enforcement, Safe Streets working together, and they got stopped. Now, who would have thought? And somebody said, "Oh, I mean, they should have got caught. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't get caught." Well, who would suspect? I counter that. Who would suspect a school bus would be transporting migrants that came across the border illegally? Think about that. And so, shame on that bus driver. Shame on him. He was caught. He was going to be charged. He is being charged. And but that's how deep this reaches. When you have school bus drivers taking a public government-driven school bus and picking up illegals. Wow, what a shame.
And it is a very dangerous situation that we have going on the border, especially for our deputies. And one was injured several weeks ago, Officer Oletsky, Deputy Oletsky. Let's give an update on him.
Yeah, so he came home. He's got a long recovery road. We all know that. I'm not going to get into the specifics on that based on the family's privacy, but he's got a long road of recovery. So we'll see that. But he's home. He's got a great attitude. If anybody can get back up where he needs to be, he'll do it. I also have a second deputy that's injured as a result of a smuggling interdiction that I still haven't figured out or heard when he'll be back. But he got pretty severely hurt too. And again, and that doesn't include the troopers, the agents, the officers that have been placed in harm's way or injured too. And this is why we're doing it. And when we say enough is enough, I say enough is enough. It truly is. And you look at the poisoning with the drugs coming across the border. I mean, just incredible numbers there. And I just got them there day 2 again, and it just amazes me that we don't make this a priority. Then you look at the uncertainty in the world right now, the uncertainty, the violence, and you look at the numbers coming across our border. 600-some thousand gotaways last year alone. That's what we know of. You can add more to that because we know that's just a minimum number that we are in our country. And I think we're up to 1.5 to pushing 2 million people coming our border illegally. That we have no idea where they're at. All we know, they're gotaways. Boy, that should be alarming to everybody. And I saw that 5 of the mayors, urban mayors, actually went to the White House and to speak on this and saying we need more money. Well, what's missing in dialogue, and I wasn't there, so I don't. If it comes out later that was said, I'll stand corrected. Why don't we fix the border and quit trying to worry about keep trying to send just flushing money into it? Money's not solving this problem. We need to have policies, and we need to have messaging, and we need to have the rule of law enforced. That's how we're going to do it. So it just amazes me. It makes me. That's why I don't watch a lot of news, folks. I just don't watch it. I know I'm on a news show right now, but the bottom line is, it just amazes me we're not addressing this head on right now.
Well, let's talk about your stop of the week. I understand it's a motorcycle.
It is. You know, if you don't have insurance, if you don't have proper registration or proper safety features, you shouldn't drive reckless. But people do. They truly do. And long story short is we stopped a motorcycle yesterday, and the driver, no insurance, registration, out-of-state plate, expired. And then why the explanation was, well, I drive off-road. Well, that might be the case, and that's good. You can drive on private property. That's what the law states. If you can drive on private property with permission of the owner or your property, no foul. If you come on a public roadway or access, a lot of people think just because it's not a county-maintained road, that's not a public access. It is. You can't be out there. And I always tell people, do you know the owner? No. Then you don't have permission to be here. So, yes, don't put yourself in that position. And I had another car this week, same thing. The windshield was all smashed up, stopped them, no registration, no insurance, no driver's license. And I get people are down on their luck, but we still have to enforce the law fairly and reasonably, and we do that very well at the Sheriff's Office. Great, I want to go back and hit one thing if I could before we close out this segment, and that's this. We had the opportunity a couple weeks ago to meet with the White House folks. They came to Cochise County. We hosted them. That was an effort working with Governor Hobbs to get more attention on this border. They came down here, and the person who was here was a senior advisor, works directly for the Chief of Staff at the White House. I've been asked many times, where are we at with that, Sheriff? And one of the things we said in the meeting, I'll share it on this microphone today, is the fact that we've invited, on behalf of National Sheriffs, Western State, Southwest Border, to engage with sheriffs in this country. That has been neglected by the White House. I brought that up during the meeting. When you can't sit at the table with America's sheriffs, community-trusted elected sheriffs, it's broke. So since that time, I got an email just a couple days ago saying, Sheriff, I talked to the White House. They said they have no recollection of, and I'm just paraphrasing, no recollection of these invites. I sent them 4 correspondents this week saying, here you go. And they said, we'll be reaching out to you soon. So also they're going to put a report together based on the community meeting with the mayors that were there, the police chiefs that were there, and others, Brian McIntyre, and give it to the chief of staff, who's supposed to brief the president and vice president. People said, well, it's a waste of time. It might be. But for doing nothing, how are we solving it? And number 2 is, let's see where this goes. Some people told me this week, well, it's a little too late, Sheriff. You might have a good point on that, and I won't debate that. But we can't give up hope, and we can't not try. We'll continue to try and fix this, because that's an obligation I have to the people here. So just a little update on the White House.
All right, before you go, let's invite everybody to Cochise County football tonight.
So come on out tonight, Buena. Big game, taking on Casa Grande, 2 good teams. It'll really kind of set the stage for postseason. Both teams are going to the postseason the way it looks. But come on out. Pregame at 6:30, game at 7. Hope you tune in with us.
And remind everybody about the charity ride tomorrow.
And the Cochise County's 11th annual charity ride. Hope you come out tomorrow and participate. If you don't want to participate and ride or your motorcycle side-by-side or participate that way, come out and do the raffle starting about 1 o'clock, 1:30. So hope we'll see you tomorrow.
Get your tickets at cochise.az.gov/sheriff. And Carol, who do we have coming in next?
We have Tammy from Hearts of Gold, and she is one of the recipients of the charity ride.
Cochise County Country, KWCD, it's First Watch, brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
It's First Watch now.
Hosted by Public Information Officer Carol Kappas and Grady Butler.
On 92.3 KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, giving you an inside look into your sheriff's office. I'm Grady Butler, and with me is Carol Kappas, Public Information Officer with the Sheriff's Office, and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County, and thank you so much for being here, Miss Tammy Gold from Hearts of Gold.
Yes, ma'am. We're so excited to be here. I brought Frank with me from the don't eat that, please. From Frankenbeans. He and his brother were found on the side of the road in Cochise County near Santa Cruz County, and they will be available for adoption. And they're going to come hang out with me tomorrow at the charity ride, which we're so excited for.
So you're going to have Franks and Beans and Lucky.
Lucky, yes. I heard you guys were just talking about Lucky. So Lucky's going to come hang out with us. So we're so excited. We haven't met Lucky in person, but we heard all about him. So Lucky's going to hang out with us too.
So what do you do at Hearts of Gold Animal Haven? What is that?
So Hearts of Gold Animal Haven is a 501c3 animal rescue. We usually take in mom and puppies, and we get them spayed and neutered, microchip rabies shot, all of their parvo shots, and then get them into forever homes. If you're looking for a puppy, we have plenty. I won't tell you how many because you work for the sheriff's office. No, I'm just kidding. But we have lots of dogs available for adoption. We always like to help out puppies, and we work very closely with the sheriff's office and their animal control officers. In fact, we're very excited that we're receiving this the funding from the charity ride because all that money is going back into Cochise County. We're actually earmarking it for a lot of the Douglas dogs that are coming out of the Douglas shelter so we can get them spayed and neutered and up for adoption. I know that you guys are working on a new program where you're posting them on your Facebook in hopes of getting them networked, and I've been talking to your wonderful animal control officers, so I'm going to help out and get them spayed and neutered so we can make sure that we can get them homes, and really working with your animal control officers and get them the extra supplies that they feel like they need for the community, because you guys work with the rural communities that have so much need, and all that money is going to go right back into the community. So that money is earmarked for the community. It's not even going to be for really the rescue and the dogs that I'm taking in from all over the area. It's actually going to go back right into Cochise County, right into our local dogs.
And so after you do all of this stuff, if I wanted to get a dog from you, what would it cost me? What would I have to do, and what would the cost be?
So all of our dogs are listed on petfinder.com, so you can find me under petfinder.com. All you have to do is type in like our zip code 85635 or 85616, because I'm in the Wichita City, Whetstone area. And or you can find me on Facebook under Hearts of Gold Animal Haven, or you can email me at heartsofgold@gmail.com.
And how can the community help your organization?
I'm always in need of puppy food, Purina or Pedigree. That's what I feed. And you can reach me at heartsofgold@gmail.com. I'd be happy to come pick it up, meet you somewhere or whatever. So I'm always looking for, I know people are a little hesitant at donating funds, but gosh, I could always use puppy food. Yes.
All right. And do you need any volunteers, or do you got that taken care of as well?
I'm kind of a one-woman show, and I kind of like that because I get to know each of my dogs. That way I can place them in the right homes. So right now I'm not doing volunteers, but I'm always looking for people if they want to collect dog food for me. I would love that, yes.
All right. Now, you're going to be at the charity ride tomorrow.
Yes.
What are you going to be doing at the charity ride besides having the Frankenbeans?
So I'll be handing out information. I'll be able to answer any questions. You can come get some love. Even if you're not looking to adopt, Frank is a great snuggler. He loves to snuggle. So if you just need a little puppy snuggle for a little pick-me-up, you can come get a snuggler too. Yeah, and come meet Lucky too. So yeah, just come get a little information. I'll be handing out like a wish list of stuff that we're always in need of, and I'll be able to answer any questions about our organization.
Well, congratulations on being the $10,000 recipient from the Cochise County Sheriff's Charity Ride. That's awesome.
So excited. Yes, thank you so
awesome.
much.
And Carol, who do we have coming in next?
We have Good Neighbor Alliance.
First Watch on KWCD Country. It's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
By Public Information Officer Carol Kappas and Grady Butler.
On 92.3 KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, giving you an inside look into your sheriff's office. I'm Grady Butler, and with me is Carol Kappas, Public Information Officer with the Sheriff's Office, and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County, and thank you so much. Good Neighbor Alliance we have here. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the Good Neighbor Alliance.
Hi, I'm Dr. DeLuca. I'm with the Good Neighbor Alliance as their grants manager, and we're the only homeless shelter in all of Sierra Vista. So we're there to provide emergency and safe shelter for folks. We also have programs. We have a day program to work with people that hang out with us during the day so that they can learn some soft skills on how to get themselves out of homelessness. We have lost our rapid rehousing program, but we're in the middle of writing new grants for that. So hopefully we'll get our housing program back. The government changed money. That's the way that happens. We have an outreach program where we go on out and we visit with folks in the field and see if we can't develop a rapport with them and convince them that maybe shelter would be a better idea. And we have a shower program. We're on Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8 to 11. You can come on in and take a shower if you're unsheltered and do a load of wash.
That's pretty cool. So how long have you guys been doing this?
20 years. We're going to have our 20-year open house in December, on December the 2nd. So,
excellent.
Yeah, 20 years.
The Good Neighbor Alliance is a recipient of the Cochise County Sheriff's Charity Ride. You're getting $10,000 tomorrow. So how have you earmarked that money?
Well, we're in the middle of two very important projects right now. So the first one is we're looking to build a men's dorm that's going to double our ability to take in folks. But our most recent project right now is to build a kennel so that folks that are homeless with animals have a place to be. And so while they can't be directly in the room with them, they can be on site and in the kennel. So that's our biggest project right now, and we'll be most likely using the money for that.
And there's some instances where people will not go to a shelter because they can't bring their pets. So that's probably why that's so important to you.
Yes, we've discovered the folks that come in for our shower program and our outreach program have come across a lot of people who use their pets for safety, for companionship. Everybody needs to have unconditional love, and so that's the last thing we want to do is take away a family member as far as they're concerned. And so we've had a lot of folks say if we had it, then they will come.
And there's a very giving community listening right now. How can this community help Good Neighbor Alliance?
We really rely on community donations. What a lot of folks don't realize is when I write grants, it's for a program, and the program gets funded, but it's really hard to find money for staff, for shelter staff, to keep our lights on, to do the everyday functions of that shelter. So your dollars, your ability to throw us money out of the goodness of your heart is really what keeps the lights on. It's the heart of our shelter. So every penny we appreciate.
And are you guys going to be at the charity ride tomorrow?
We will be there. You will get a chance to come and say hello to our outreach team and to our executive director, and we'll be right there waiting to say hi.
And how can people get a hold of the Good Neighbor Alliance outside of seeing you tomorrow at the charity ride?
We can have you call our administrative offices at 520-436-0776. I'm sorry, 439-0776. Every one of my staff members just shuddered over that. Or you can go to our website, which is svshelter.org, or you can go visit our our Facebook page.
All right. Well, we thank you for coming in today, and congratulations on being a $10,000 recipient of the Cochise County Sheriff's Charity Ride.
Thank you for having us, and we certainly appreciate it.
All right, and don't forget, you can get your tickets still today at cochise.az.gov/sheriff. That'll take you to an Eventbrite link where you can get your tickets. It's also available on our Facebook page. We got reminders out there for you. But head to cochise.az.gov/sheriff and get your tickets. But there's also another way you can help out, and that's raffle prizes.
That's right. Make sure that you come on over. They have such amazing prizes, and you have the opportunity to just buy those tickets. Again, that goes back in to support the charity ride. And you have the opportunity to win, again, minimum $500 each. And they have so many different things there. So come take a look, and you get to meet the people that are the recipients. They have booths out there. They have food. They have music. They have fun. So take a Saturday morning and come on over.
And don't forget to get your tickets at cochise.az.gov/sheriff. Now, also, there's a coin that's every year there's a charity ride coin, and this year's is pretty special. We're not unveiling what that is yet, though, are we?
We are not. We are not.
But let me tell you guys, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so make sure that you get over there. If you participate in the charity ride, you get this coin as part of the packet. So
that's pretty cool. All right, so go ahead and register. And there's also another thing. There's a few people that have told me that they're not going to go on the ride, but they buy a ticket to support the cause. That's fine too. We love that.
Yeah.
So So if you want to do that, you can also get your tickets at cochise.az.gov/sheriff. And Carol, how do they get a hold of us at the sheriff's office?
So go ahead and reach out. cochise.az.gov/sheriff is going to be our Facebook page. It'll take you to our Instagram and our Twitter. We also have a web page at cochise.az.gov, and Sheriff Mark J. Daniels, Cochise County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Mark J. Daniels. Man, that's a mouthful. That'll be our Facebook page. So give us a call if you have any questions, 520-432-9500.
We'll see you guys tomorrow at the Cochise County Sheriff's Charity Ride. First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.